everybody. It's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time for me to get into my Survivor 48 review of the last episode. I was a little bit late, you all. What was going on this past week? Thursday. I had something going on Thursday, but I forgot. The memory is bad. Friday, I had a date night. I think I had a meeting. I had a meeting Thursday night. Friday, I had a date night. And then today, around my sorority pan, I had a sorority event. So I've been doing sorority stuff today. So it's the evening. I said, let's get it done. I didn't want to wait till Sunday because I got some more stuff I need to catch up on tomorrow. I need to catch up on Never Ever Mets. I know I try to make it to Kamisha's panel for Never Ever Mets, but my schedule is crazy. You all, I went to Ulta today. You know, I did a Fenty beauty review on these Gloss Bomb shimmer sticks. I was scared to try the pink colors because I'm not a pink lip girl, but I bought this one today. I'm in love. Rihanna, put me on the let me get a PR package. Let me be an affiliate, influencer, at least with the lip products, because every kind of lip creation Rihanna comes up with, I fall in love with it. I think I'm prepared to throw all the rest of my lipsticks away. I don't wear them. But anyway, let's get into Survivor. I'm not going to hold you long. I know a lot of you all are going to be in the rewatch gang because I didn't even promote this live. I just created a link and said, let's go. Let's get it done. So here we are. Guess what, y'all? David in the backyard again. He is in the backyard again. And it seems like they said his girlfriend done left him. Look, I don't wish bad upon anyone. And David really, he didn't do anything to provoke my anger. He just kind of went after Kyle and Camilla, which, I mean, he's allowed to do in the game. But I ain't want you to go after Kyle and Camilla, so I don't care that you back in the backyard. Anyway, the episode opens up. It seemed like they came out playing hard this episode. The episode opens up. You know, they're not even talking about no light stuff. They're immediately like, who's going home next? And I'm like, damn. Yeah, I ain't even do the immunity challenge. We don't even know who's going to be wearing the necklace. And you're talking about who's going home next. So I believe, was it the 6? Oh, it was the 4. The 4 are Joe, Eva, Shaheen, Kyle. I'm so happy Kyle is in there. I don't know why they don't wrap in Camilla, because Camilla was a part of that group. Remember when they were on the island and they voted Thomas out with the idol? Thomas got idled out of the game and they all hugged and was like, these are the 4 to the end. Camilla was a part of that. I don't understand why they kept Kyle, but they was like, not Camilla. And I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand why Kyle and Camilla are so close. They've played this entire game together. I think one day, was it one day they were on opposite tribes? The day Say and Cedric got voted out. My memory bad. I don't remember. But that I could be right or wrong about. But other than that, they played the entire game together. I don't understand why people still are looking like something going on with Kyle and Camilla. Please. Y'all were hugging over there with Shaheen and Joe. I don't... Angie, move on from it, because people have selective memory and they're selecting not to remember that Kyle and Camilla started this game together on the same tribe and they have been working together the entire way. Everyone on the orange team should know it. Now, yeah, they fronted for Thomas, Shaheen, and Joe at the Split Tribe. They fronted that out and they did some good acting. But other than that, everyone else should know that they're cool. Whenever the garage opens, the dog gets to running. I don't care. Get to running. Anyway, so the 4 are sitting and they're talking about who they want to get voted out. Next, slowly comes up David, then comes up Mary. I want to get to this one point of Kyle. Oh, Kyle. We're going to get there. Hey, Glenda girl. Hey, Dejan. At one point, David is like, We still on Camilla, right? Because some people wanted out Star, and I was kind of pissed. Like, Star, pause. We're gonna get to who's going home next, because even though I'm not mad that David is back in the backyard, it wasn't time to get rid of David. They should have got rid of Mary first, but we're gonna get to that at the end. We got to get through the episode, then we're gonna talk how I feel like the strategy should have been played. And y'all could tell me y'all strategy as well. Somebody said Star. I don't understand why you all are voting out people that you could beat at the end. It's like y'all want to make it hard to get this $1 million. Y'all don't want an easy million. Y'all want a hard million. And I don't understand that, because $1 million is already hard enough to come by. Why you want to make it even harder? Star should be in the game. Say should have been in the game. Truth be told, David should have been in the game. I don't think David beats anybody up there. People don't like him. They've already said you have awful jury management. But anyway, somebody brought up Mitch, and then David was like, but I think Mary still wants Camilla, right? Mary, you still want Camilla, right? Again, Glenda, I know. I just got home and said, let's go live. I didn't advertise. I didn't promote. I didn't put it on Twitter or nothing. I had to get the live done because my schedule is so busy. I said, let's just do it now. And I got my makeup on today. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you. I got to stop talking to the chat. I be forgetting what I'm talking about. Anyway, so they're still on Camilla. For some reason, Kyle can't have a friend. And not even Kyle, Shaheen can't have a friend. I don't understand why Kyle and Shaheen can't have a friend, why they can't be cool with Camilla. But Mary has an issue with it. Girl, you hanging on by a thread. Let's just go ahead and get there. We ain't got to go in order. At some point in the show, Kyle said, because David was upset that he lost a little immunity challenge. I'm so happy David lost. Let's just get to the immunity challenge, and then we're going to get into what Kyle said. Then we're going to get into the strategy of it all. The immunity challenge was one of those hold the beams up, kind of like what we call this, a bicep curl. And you hold up the bar like this. And, the strong people was down to the end. Star dropped, all the weak people dropped. Strong people to the end. We get another Joe versus David showdown. I'm not mad at another Joe versus David showdown. Joe's ball was just inches, millimeters away from losing the thing. David's ball is all the way in the back. Joe's ball is all the way in the front, holding on for dear life. Some kind of way, karma, the ancestors, something blew David's way. And he done fell off that box, and he done touched a foot on the ground, and he's out. Because if your feet touch the ground, you're out. Goodbye. When I tell you, everybody was like, yes, out of there. They wanted David to lose so bad. And he wasn't even an option for going home. I mean, he was, but he wasn't. I think Mary was the option. But once David lost, they was like, why Mary? Let's do David. I'm going to tell y'all why y'all should have did Mary first, but we going to get there. People said Kyle and Camilla played this real good. They never were together. Kyle and Camilla were number ones from the beginning. Remember, Camilla was the one who unlocked Kyle's idol. They were number ones from the beginning. They just played it off for Thomas, Joe, and Shaheen when they switched tribes. But they were number ones from the beginning of this. And I'm just over it. If I was Kyle and Camilla, I would stop pretending like we aren't that close, because it seems weird that you want to protect Camilla, but you're telling everybody, but we ain't that close. Just say, I've grown to really like Camilla and I'm cool with her and I don't want her to go. Be honest. Hell, at this point in the game, Joe and Eva, I don't understand why no one else can have someone that they're that tight with. But Joe and Eva gets up in the middle of the night. Let me write down where I was, because I got to get to, we was at the immunity challenge. I'm going to get to what Kyle said. Eva gets up in the middle of the night to go look for her secret advantage. Shaheen isn't asleep, so he sees her. And he wanders off and he says, oh, it's some fire over there. She must have some kind of advantage. He immediately goes to Joe. Joe, Eva up to something. She ain't in the camp. She done went over there by them torches. There's something going on over there. We need to know what's going on. Joe is like, it's Eva. I'm going back to sleep. I ain't worried about what Eva doing. Whatever she gets, she gonna get to me, so I don't care. How come Joe can have that kind of attitude openly with Eva, who has a known idol, but nobody else can have a friend? But David and Mary, I guess David and Mary could be cool, but nobody else can have a friend? No one else can be friends. Just Joe and Eva, David and Mary. Okay, look, I don't care nothing about Eva's secret advantage. I already stated many times on this platform that I feel like CBS wants Eva to win the game. After tonight's move, I don't know if Eva automatically wins the game. Let's take a pause because I really want to be messy with. I'm really trying to get to Kyle and be messy, but let's take a pause on Eva. Eva hasn't done anything in this game but tell her story, which we root for you in your story. I don't know what else to say to that. Like we're happy for you in your situation and that you are overcoming. Like we're happy for that, but should we just give you $1 million for that? I mean, what has Eva done in this game but vote? She's always been protected by Joe. I'm sure Joe tells her how to vote. We're going to vote this way. We're going to vote that way. They work this out together. I don't see Eva doing $1 million game move. I mean, you were given an idol by Star. She didn't have to beware. She didn't have to lose her vote. Like, you helped Star figure it out, but Star was the one who was disadvantaged, even though she really wasn't, because she never went to tribal council to have to be without a vote for that beware advantage. But Star gave you that idol. Then production put the piece of paper in your setting. They had the names on it. Now, I was listening to Rob and his podcast, and Rob and Steven were saying that the winner of the challenge, whoever won that daily immunity challenge, they were going to put the scroll in there. And I said, that's dumb. That's dumb. It should have been random. You already have won individual immunity. You're safe for that day. You deserve more immunity for winning individual immunity? No. I don't mind them putting the advantage to do whatever game they played in the chips at the reward celebration meal. I don't care about that. I don't like that they pinpoint who they want to give it to. Just put the chips out there, have all the placemats out there, and whoever sits there, let it be random. Whoever sits there gets the advantage. Cool. I don't like how they just gave it to Eva. I mean, how much power does Eva need? She already has the individual immunity. She already has an idol that Star gave her. And now she has, is it power without, no, safety without power. I was about to say power without safety. That would be a good advantage. You get some kind of power, but you're not safe. I guess that's the same as an extra vote or a block of vote is power, but you aren't immune. But this is safety without power, which means you're safe, but you have no vote. So you have no say in how the tribal council goes down. Hell, to me, you can call it whatever you want to. It's an immunity idol. Eva has another idol. Who cares that she can't vote at the tribal? If you supposed to be the person going home, your vote wasn't gonna count no way. Everybody was gonna vote for you. You going home. Who cares? Eva has an idol. She has two idols. She has two opportunities to be safe. One is good to the final 7, and we're at 8. One is good to the final 5. Eva is set up to be at the end of this game. But are we going to reward Eva for being set up to make it to the end, but not having a game-winning move? I wouldn't, but it seemed like this season and this set of people they don't want to be the bad guys to the autistic girl. Like, they don't want to vote her out. They don't want, she's already said, I don't know when people's lying to me. So they want to be overly honest with her. They don't want to be the bad people playing the autistic girl that's putting all of her problems, or not problems, choose your words correctly, putting all of her disadvantages. I don't know. Y'all know I mean no disrespect if I'm using the wrong adjective, but she's putting all of her issues on Front Street. Like, this is how autism shows up for me. I trust everybody. I don't know when people are lying to me. I need to be squeezed if I get anxiety. Like, she put it all out there, and they're like, okay, cool. So you can have $1 million for this. I don't know. We'll even win the game. I don't know, but Eva got to turn it up for me for her to win the game. Like, Eva has to be the one to get rid of Joe. Like, Eva has to think to herself, I love Joe. Oh, that would be nasty work. That would be nasty work if Eva got rid of Joe. But I'd be here for it because, see, I'm not here just for the mess. I like to see people want to win the $1 million and play the game. Like, this is one point in life where you're supposed to lie. You're supposed to scheme. You're supposed to be dishonest to get to the end of the game, but do it in a way that's respectful enough to have people give you a vote. I need Eva to be like, look, I love Joe, but I'm not going to win sitting next to Joe, maybe at the final 6. And then she cuts Joe or leaves the charge for Joe to go home, and she uses her idol on herself. I might go up for you then, Eva, but for right now, I can't. But let's get off of Eva because she ain't do shit this episode. See, I done got to cuss it. Let's get back to Kyle. So we're at the, I already told y'all what Eva got. We don't care nothing about that. Anyway, let's get back to Kyle and the mess. Because, see, Kyle, I'm the type of person where don't be saying something but not saying nothing. Don't be saying something but then not saying nothing. Because you sitting up here talking about, oh, Mary over there consoling David, and it looked like, I mean, I ain't gonna say what it looked like, but it looked like. What it looked like? Because I'm at home waiting for the breakdown of what it looks like. Because, see, we all felt like, it seemed like Mary and David got a little bit too close too fast. Mary and David got a little bit too close too fast. They didn't start off on the same tribe. They didn't swap to the same tribe. They did one tribal council together. One. The one where Cedric got voted out. She voted out her own green person. And at that tribal council, Mary said, I'm voting this way, and I'm hoping that my vote will show that I'm loyal to what was said. What Mary was saying was confirmation to someone sitting up there. And it has to be David. It has to be David. I don't know what Mary and David did. It seemed like more than... All I'm saying is, Kyle, whatever you was throwing down in that confessional, we was already picking up on our TV screens because we can't wrap our mind around David and Mary. We can't wrap our mind around how you all started a strong 5. I ain't mad at the strong 5. You all started a strong 5. And then all of a sudden, here comes Mary after she voted Cedric out. And, oh, we the strong 6. And Camilla got to go. And if you want me to trust y'all, Camilla got to go. Bitch, who are you? What did you do to feel like you got this kind of power up over here? We're the strong 5. Girl, you can go next. Camilla could be a 6. I don't know why y'all ain't pick Camilla up for a 6. I mean, I could guess, but I mean, I could come up with a couple of reasons, but I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna do it. Not this week. Nope, not gonna do it. But anyway, so Kyle, I just wish you would say what you had to say. His girlfriend left him anyway. Just say what you had to say. Because I wanted to know what it looked like. But anyway, all right, Kyle. Say it at the reunion show. Jeff, please be messy and ask. Jeff, be messy. Jeff, please be messy and ask. Like, Kyle, what was it looking like? Okay, let me stop. Anyway, what happens next? Okay, now it's time for the vote. Now, I'm going all out of order, so let's just hit one of the key points. At some point of the day, Mary and no. Start over. Because I got to give props where props are due. We have to give props where props are due. Kyle and Camilla are playing a game-winning strategy. The people in the game right now don't see it. They don't see it. They're too focused on Eva and Joe being this powerful duo together, and they doing the most, and they strong, and Eva and Joe. And I focus on Eva and Joe a little bit too much as well. But Kyle and Camilla are playing the game-winning strategy with Shaheen on the back burner of them. And I feel like if Kyle, Camilla, or Shaheen get to the final three, they're all intelligent enough to explain what they're doing in the background that these people don't notice yet. And they will win this game over Joe and Eva. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Let me explain why. Kyle and Camilla planted a seed a while ago that Shaheen might have an idol. I don't know if they lied. I don't know why people are believing this, because clearly Star is the one on the purple team who found the Beware advantage and gave it to what's her name? Eva. And Eva hasn't used that idol, so the purple team's idol hasn't been planted back in the game. So I don't understand why you all would think that Shaheen has one. I mean, if there's a reason why people would think Shaheen would have an idol outside of Kyle and Camilla planning that, put it in the chat or the comments. It doesn't make sense to me at home. But anyway, so they also planted the seed. What was the second seed they planted? That David and Mary were coming after Shaheen and Kyle. And that they're so paranoid, like, hey, Dr. Ivy girl, that they weren't, Camilla and Kyle have been planting seeds. They planted this. Kyle, remember a couple of episodes, planted the seed with Shaheen about David not trusting him, and David thinking that you want to pull Mary in as your number one. I mean, you want to pull Camilla in as your number one, and that's why he wants to get rid of Camilla. And after he gets rid of Camilla, he gonna come after you. They are planting the seeds that's working the game. I think Camilla knows I'm not in the in crowd. I have no pull here. I can say my little bit of trash in the confessionals, and I can talk a little bit of shit in their face, and talk about the Olympics and bad jury management or all that. But outside of that, Camilla kind of knows she doesn't have the pull right now. Next week, Camilla gonna have some pull, maybe. And Kyle knows that it's Joe and Eva really making the decisions. Like, if we don't have Joe and Eva, it's not going to happen. And he knows Joe and Eva ain't going to listen to me, but they'll listen to Shaheen. So by him planting that seed to Shaheen, Shaheen is working Joe. Shaheen is working Eva. Look, we purple strong over here. And David coming for me. And I don't appreciate David coming for me. I don't appreciate Mary being a part of the six. Shaheen is working his magic. And then, the magic is going on in the background. All of these are seeds of Kyle and Camilla. I don't care what kind of montage they gave Shaheen about working his magic. The seed was planted by Kyle and Camilla. That's why they're going to win this game if they make it there. But anyway, there was some kind of conversation where they were talking about the Chrissy vote. And, Chrissy, whatever. I forgot how it went down. But here comes David, being cocky, arrogant, running his mouth. He get the nerve to tell Joe, but you didn't keep your word, because you double back on Chrissy. You said you was going to do Camilla, and then we double back on Chrissy, so you ain't keep your word. And Joe said, bitch, who ain't keep their word? He said, let me tell you a MFing thing. This is my character on the line here. My kids at home gonna see this. I always keep my word. The whole tribe as a whole said, oh, we're going to do Chrissy. We're going to fall back on Camilla and we're going to do Chrissy. It wasn't just me. It was a unanimous vote up in here. What you mean I came back on my word? Didn't you vote for Chrissy too? Oh, okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And then, David apologized. I ain't mean it like that. No, you meant to how you said it. And he checked you. What you mean I ain't keep my word? And I'm telling you, right then and there, for a person like Joe who values his integrity, who values keeping a promise, for you to sit in his face and say, but you ain't keep your word. Oh, okay, you can go home. Yeah, everything Shaheen been telling me, I now see it. Yeah, you can go home. Who you said should go home, Shaheen? David? Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do David. That's where you messed up, David. Yapping at that mouth, because see, Eva even said it in a confessional. And I'm not mad at Eva for saying this. Look, David and Mary like me. They ain't coming for me. So why I gotta vote out David and Mary because they coming for Shaheen and Kyle? I don't give a damn about Shaheen and Kyle. They ain't coming for me. And that's why I think y'all shouldn't have voted out David. But anyway, David, I think that's where you lost it. I think that's where everybody had been pushing. Joe finally said, yeah, he called, pretty much you called Joe a liar. He called me a liar. So he got to go. He could go. And I was so happy to see it. But let's just go ahead and get into it because we got to get into tribal council. Tribal council was tribal council. It was David Ass went home. Unanimous vote. It wasn't unanimous because some people voted for Mitch. And for a minute, because Mitch got 3 votes, and I ain't watched the end credits to see who was the third person who voted for Mitch. I thought it should have just been Mary and David voting for Mitch. Because Star voted for David, Camilla. Who else is on the outs? I don't know who the third vote for Mitch was, but when I saw that third vote for Mitch, I said, damn, is they about to get Mitch out of here? Over David and Mary? But anyway, Star voted for Mitch. I thought Star voted for David. Damn, they don't tell Star nothing. They don't tell Star a damn thing. Y'all, Star ain't cool with David. She wasn't gonna tell. Anyway, so next week it looks like Camilla. I'm hoping this is some tricky editing. I'm telling y'all, I'm hoping it's tricky editing. Next week it looks like Camilla says, look, while we working against each other, we need to work together. And it seems like the bottom 4, which is Star, Camilla, Mary, Mitch, are going to come together to go after the strong alliance. Why do I think this will work? Because Kyle will clearly flip to work with Camilla and the weaker players that he can beat in these individual strongman immunity challenges versus working with David and Eva, who are an unbreakable duo. I think he would want to save Shaheen, but I think if I'm picking up on what the edit is putting down, I think Shaheen is going home next week. And I think this is an awful move for Joe and Eva. Joe and Eva should have kept David and voted out Mary because nobody likes David. If you vote out Mary, Camilla doesn't go up to David and say, hey, you lost Mary, come work with me. No. David is never going to switch and want to work with who he thinks are the weak alliance. He's still going to want to be in with the strongman alliance. So Eva and Joe, you just gave the other side of the house. You gave them something. Now, what they don't know about your leave the tribal council. What is it? Power, no power, but safety, whatever that damn thing is called. I'm going to call it damn idol. You just get I'm going to call it the walk away idol because that make more sense. Why we got to remember all these long ass phrases? Let's just call it the walk away idol. You play your idol and you walk back to camp. That's it. I'm going to call it that. I can memorize that. Eva has the walk away idol and to sit down and play idol. So they don't know about Eva's firepower. They know, let's say if Eva wins individual immunity next week, she's going to give Joe an idol. So I think the only person for them to go after next week is Shaheen, because Eva ain't giving Shaheen nothing. Eva's not giving Shaheen a damn thing. She will say deuces to Shaheen before she gives up her idol or her walkaway idol. I think you got some firepower, Eva, but we know Kyle and Camilla can act. Is Mary? See, Mary to me seemed like a hating ass bitch. No offense. But Mary gives me, she gonna come over here and work and play in Camilla's face and find out who the vote's gonna be for, and then go back and tell Joe and Eva so they can play their idols, so they can get idol Camilla or Kyle out of the game. I wouldn't trust Mary. I wouldn't trust Mary for shit. I'm telling y'all, I think y'all voting out David over Mary is what's gonna ruin a lot of people's games, because I don't trust Mary. I don't trust Mary. I don't trust her to truly work with the weaker side of the house. I think she's going to gather intel and go running back to Joe and Eva and idle somebody out of the game. So I don't know. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt my feelings. That's gonna piss me off. I'm sending you to the backyard with your man. But we'll see. We'll see. But if Mary does truly go with Star, Camilla, and Mitch, and Kyle comes over, they have to act extremely well for them to pull off, like saying, we're going to vote Mitch out next. It would have to be a lot of acting to keep Joe and Eva at bay to blindside Joe. And I'm going to tell y'all where y'all going to F up. Blindsiding Joe. I would blindside the shit out of Eva. Because let me tell you something. Joe in the game or not, Eva still has the walkaway idol and a real idol. I mean, she might not have Joe, but she got all the firepower. I would try to blindside Eva. If Eva doesn't have that necklace around her neck, I would try to blindside her, get her and all that crap out the game. And in Star, you need to main one to be out there looking for the idol again so you can have one. So you can get it back. Joe not going home anytime soon. I mean, Glenda, it's at the end of the game. Somebody got to go. All of them can't make it to the end. All of them can't make it to the end. Oh, Lord, DM Rocks. I ain't going to put that up there. I'm going to say allegedly to DM Rocks. Comment. Kyle and Camilla need to work on getting outsiders to break the trio, Joe, Eva, and Shaheen. I think that's what they're going to do next week, but I think they're going to have to go after Shaheen first. I think they should go after Eva. Because say you get Shaheen out at they're at 8. Eva got the walkaway idol at 7, so she's safe. No matter what y'all do. And then you got, and see, she could walk away and then give Joe her regular idol. And then I don't know how they're going to do it. I trust Kyle and Camilla to come up with the strategy. I can't wait to see it. I just can't map it out in my head because Eva got way too much firepower. She got way too much, and I would just go after her. I have a theory on why Joe keeps talking about milk. I think it's code for something else. DM Rocks, I'm not putting your comment up here. I see it, but I just can't put it on the screen. I have heard other YouTube. No, that was another show. That was another show. They said that comment about somebody. Or was it this one? I don't know. I don't know what that man does in his backyard. That's his business. Shaheen is getting a winner's edit to me, him and Joe. So I don't think he's going home. I wouldn't mind a Shaheen win. I kind of feel like, because Mary is still close to Eva, And I think Mary will play in Camilla's face, and Camilla and Kyle are going to make a mistake and trust in Mary and end up getting Idol out of the game. Like telling Mary, we're going to go for Joe. I think that's what it's going to be. Eva's going to slide Joe and Idol, and then Kyle or Camilla is the Idol vote. I don't know. I just wouldn't trust Mary. I agree. Mary is a pick me. But at this point, she ain't got no other choice but to be a pick me. She out there by herself. You shouldn't have got rid of Cedric. But you ain't, it wasn't nothing you could do. Joe ain't going home no time soon. Would I mind a Joe win? Like, what has Joe done but squeeze Eva? And be the person that people say is running the game. But what moves have Joe really made? I don't know. I don't. Joe isn't. I'm telling you, it's Kyle, Camilla, Shaheen for me. Now I'm not on the beach. I am watching it from home, but I trust Kyle, Camilla, and Shaheen to be able to explain what they were doing behind the scenes to win the game. But I don't see Joe. Like, what is Joe going to say that he did? What was his game-winning move? And then, Joe, you have pissed off David. Now, I know David is just one vote, but I can guarantee you that's going to be one vote you don't get if Joe is sitting at the end. So, I don't think Joe is winning. I don't see Joe winning the game. Like, if Joe wins the game, it has to be like him, Eva, and Star sitting. And that could happen. If it's Joe, Eva, and Mitch. Joe, even, and maybe even Camilla. I don't know. But it depends. Joe can win the game depending on who he's sitting with. But if Joe was sitting at the end with Shaheen, I don't see it. I can see there being a live tribal council with whispering if Eva uses that advantage. Which one? The walkaway idol? I don't think Eva would walk away. I think Kyle flips and works with Camilla and the weak. And I'm just saying weak because they call the other one strong man. I'm not saying that they're weak. But Kyle flips and work with the weaker alliance, or Mary snitches and someone gets idled out of the game with Eva's idol. But wouldn't it be good if the four came together and said, we're going to get out Joe, and Mary snitches that they're going to get out Joe, and Eva gives Joe the idol, but they really vote out Eva, or they really vote out Mary? This can go so many ways. I can't wait to see it. I agree with Kyle and Camilla, but everyone goes to Joe for everything, so he must be doing something. Right. Everyone goes to Joe because they perceive Joe as the leader. And if we don't get Joe and Eva's vote, we can't get it pushed through. So they're the swing. But when we come to the end of the game, we're at the final tribal council. I don't think Joe can explain, like, well, everybody was coming to me, so I should get $1 million. Oh, okay, sir, we was coming to you, but what did you do? I think Kyle and Shaheen, the way they've been planting seeds, Camilla, I think they have more of an impressive game to explain that would gain jury votes than Joe just saying, oh, well, I squeezed Eva real tight that one time, and then I became the leader, and everyone seems to like me and want to come tell game to me, but I ain't really come up with no strategy. I just kind of said, yeah, we could do them. Yeah, we could do them. No, I don't want to do them right now. I mean, we'll see. But I do like Joe. I like everybody. Do I dislike anybody? Mary is working my nerve. But I don't think I dislike anybody. But I'm rooting for Kyle, Camilla, and Shaheen. Those are the people I'm really rooting for. Star, I would be rooting for you, girl, but you just out there having fun. I hope you're having fun because you ain't doing nothing else. You ain't getting nothing else. Not a thing. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to get off of here. I started watching episode 1 of Battle Camp on Netflix. I like the twist of the circle board and whoever name goes home. I kind of like the challenge better. I like when you get to fight it out. But I watched episode 1 of Battle Camp. I will finish it. I'm probably not going to review it. I don't know none of those people, and I ain't care that much with episode 1. But let me know if there's any other shows out there you want me to watch and review. I am looking for some more content to put up for my reviews. You know, I love a good competition show or a good scripted series. I really just don't want to do a reality show. But those dang on Mormon Wives of Salt Lake City, the Hulu show, they coming back in May. And let me tell y'all something. I know the wifey type of housewife type of reality TV is kind of stale, old, we over it. And I know I root for everybody black. But let me tell you, these white ladies over there on Hulu, they were cutting up season 1. Cutting up. I think I binge watched the whole season in one weekend. Cutting up. Episode 1 of those damn Mormon Wives had me seated. Like, oh, this is a mess. So I will be watching and reviewing season 2. I did not review season 1 because I didn't know about it until after, and I binge watched it. I will be watching and reviewing season 2. I believe it comes out middle of May, so you have a few weeks to watch season 1. If you didn't, I'm just trying to tell you. If you're looking for an housewife type of reality show where it's some different storylines and it's not just the same shady, you know what Bravo is giving. If you're looking for something that's different than what Bravo was putting down, turn it on Hulu. You will be seated. They are extremely messy, especially for it to be rooted in the church. Anyway, I'm about to get off of here. We're going to save all that church mess for when the Mormons come back on, and look out for those reviews. What am I talking about? Oh, Real Housewives of Atlanta will be Monday. Me and Ebby are doing The Last of Us on Wednesdays. If you like The Last of Us, come check that out. Me and Ebby have a good time on that because Drag Race is off. So much has went off. It's time for me to pick up some new shows. Yeah, Drag Race is off until mid-May. I got to get it together with Never Ever Mets. I enjoy the show, but I just can't get with Kamisha's panel all the time. I'm always late. But the content is coming. I'm going to find some stuff for us to talk about. In the meantime, with that being said, I'm about to get off of here and enjoy the last little bit of my Saturday I have left because I've been gone all morning. I'm about to wash this makeup off and I'm about to relax. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I believe this week, I know I'm busy Saturday and Sunday this upcoming week. So Survivor will be out either Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna get it out on time because if I don't get it out Thursday or Friday, it's gonna be Monday because I have stuff to do all next Saturday and Sunday. So with that being said, let me get off of here before I just start rambling. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I know I didn't give y'all any advance tea that this live was coming, but thank y'all for still getting in the chat and having a good time with me. To the rewatch gang, get in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Your girl will see y'all later. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.